My partner cheated and ran off with the new guy, and now has issues keeping a roof over her head. Hello everyone. I was in a decade-long relationship with the person mentioned in the title. We have a child together who is in first grade. Recently, I discovered she was siphoning from our daughter's money I would put away every month, school fees and savings, as well as using her salary to fund expensive hotel guest house stays with one of her employees under the guise of work. I called her out on this as soon as I'd found out, and her new guy's reaction was to send people to my house. She gave him the address, I would later find out, to clean up everybody living in it, for lack of better terms. I wouldn't include this if not a necessary part of the story. Please forgive if he treads any lines with the sub-rules. Her reaction to that? I antagonized him by confronting her, so no foul in her book. I am blowing it out of proportion despite multiple voice notes and text messages. I kicked her out of the house due to obvious danger in this, and her new guy cannot help her with a place to stay. Without giving too much away, she earns less than half of what I do, and he earns a quarter of what she does. She's currently couch surfing around her friends' relatives' places while he allegedly lives with his mother in a studio apartment. Recently, she's contacted me to ask me to co-sign on a lease with her as she doesn't have any other options, and while I want to help her because I care about her, I also feel she has made her own bed and should lay in it alone, or with that guy. The consequence of all this up and down is that legally, he's not allowed anywhere near our daughter anymore. So the two of them moving in together would likely mean she cannot see our daughter anywhere that isn't neutral ground, because I don't want her at my place. She knows this, and this is partially why she asked for my help, as if the other guy signs with her, he will want to move in with her. Should I feel bad and help her out? Should I tell her this is her doing and leave her to her own devices? Terribly conflicted. What do I do, guys? Update. Thank you for your advice, everyone. There are simply too many comments to respond to them all. I have a small update to share with you. I'll make a full-blown post probably a week or so from now, depending on how things go. My now ex has voluntarily checked into a shelter home for women whose lives have come off the rails tonight, and after speaking with them, they've assured me that she is indeed there tonight, and that they test for drugs as part of the admission process and as part of the ongoing board lodging requirements. It warms my heart somewhat that she understands that she needs help. This covers the roof over her head temporarily and makes sure she is on the straight and narrow for the next little while. I think it may be too late to salvage our relationship and trust, but I wish her the best in recovery. Lastly, someone here has reached out to me who knows me in real life, as this story is a big deal in my local community. They've pointed out that the AP junkie whatever is indeed among the comments here, and I hope he too is learning from the responses of others about being a decent human being. Update 2. Today was a frustrating one. It was the restraining order hearing, and he didn't turn up to court. It is important to note that while I have an interim order against him, we have to complete this stage of the process to get a 5-year, 10-year permanent order, instated as the interim expires at the end of February. Judge insists that there is not enough in the dozen voice notes, 4 call recordings, and 7 pages of pretty explicit text threats to deliver a verdict in absentia, and set another date for April so he can be allowed to tell his side of the story. For those of you who have asked about calling the cops going the legal route, this is why I have zero faith in my local justice system. Personal note. To you, homewrecker, I know you are here reading this and posting snide comments. My ex, your new puppet, has told me as much, and looking at them, it's obvious to me. You were a big man when you made direct, repeated threats of what you want to do to a little girl, which I won't go into the content of here. But we both know you meant more than the cleanup act you promised. If you are not man enough to sort this out as men supposedly do, at least have the cojones to explain yourself to myself and the court. Hell, tell everyone here and see what these folks make of it for some free peer review opportunities before we see the judge. Thank you again, everyone. Except you, AP, see you in court. Follow or subscribe.